Now, she was saying that there's a possibility that the second floor may.
Yes, but we would need to wait because we need the more staffing down here, so there's someone who's in the bus, so we can hopefully.
And she's the only one that's really doing like a tour.
Here's where the portrait of Barnabas hung.
Oh, really? You have a good memory.
Oh, that's right. We can't go up the steps at this
I've
point.
seen it since 1991.
I had an idea. Let me tell you. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Real good. Hey, listen, I have an idea for a group shot photo.
If I want to leave and nothing's going on, I'll just take Uber back and get to that point. Because I want to, I have to go to a baseball game tonight, so I need to get my car and go to Dodgers Stadium.
Yeah. I'm right on there. We'll have you answer questions and all of the answers.
I mean,
And slash leg.
maybe these Angelique and I got off in Wilshire. They had me cut off in Wilshire. It said through the rolling sunset.
Did you all watch the 91 Dark Shadows? Did you watch the 91 Dark Shadows?
Yes.
This is where the portrait of Ben Cross Barnabas was. Yeah.
That's it, but wasn't there.
And this is where Barnabas was on the stairs and Angelique appeared to him in fiery form.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I hope I'm telling people the right thing. I got to ask Jim for a minute.
He was not correct.
No, this isn't where the portrait of Barnabas was. They had a big set for Collinwood. This is the old house. But this is where Angelique appeared to Barnabas up in this area. Yeah. Not all of it. And supposedly, I think it had, at one time it was a record set for size and expense for TV. Hi, Andy.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
All right, I just wanted to say thank you for letting me hang out with the veterans this weekend. As we said, I have to rewatch the Revival series because I kind of gave it like a cursory glance and ran through it once, but now having been here, I'll have to study it again, much like I did the two movies when I went to Lyndhurst at the end of May.
Right.
So I definitely want to study
That's
that.
a great idea. You know, would have been a better idea for me if I'd have studied it more before the trip. then I would have recognized stuff while I'm here, but I didn't even think of
I
it.
wasn't even sure if I was going to get in because I hadn't paid the extra 10 for the tour. And they're trying to figure out something for the folks that didn't get the information, so I'm hoping they can work out something.
Well, you're here.
I think that's the important
Yeah.
thing. I don't know if there's an additional tour.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think there is.
This is
No.
fine then.
Yeah.
I'm sure once I get my fill of this, I can go outside and enjoy the grounds, which I'm sure are extraordinary.
Yeah, and hot.
You're here till tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be floating around tonight.
All right, cool. Sorry, thank you. I sent you a Facebook friend request. If you could just
sure.
accept it. So if you want to get together for dinner later or something,
Okay.
you know, that would be cool.
All right.
I'm out of here tomorrow morning, so.
Okay, we'll see. Probably not dinner unless we sent out for pizza or something.
Pizza sounds
Yeah.
good at this point. I can't go to that grill anymore. Every time I turn around, it's $50 every time I
Yeah.
sneeze. You know?
Well, excuse me, I got to get I haven't gone up and down the halls yet.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I thought maybe you had stayed back at the hotel to go take a later bus or something. I didn't see you for so long, I thought.
No, we've been here, but I've been kind of waiting for Jim. I thought maybe he'd give us a tour, which he said he will, but he's kind of waiting for the buses to come in.
I'm waiting for Joanna to come in.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
There was that rumor that she was, where it was.
Getting glare. So nice that it's air conditioned.
Yes, for sure.
I can't believe they had a tub that color though, and a sink.
Emerald, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Excuse them.
They
How's it
are.
going?
Spare parts. We'll try to get go in the warehouse. You'll get another. The light switches are switches and not.
Hey. I still love Collinwood. I mean, Seaview.
I was just looking at this and I'm missing some.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When did it? the other camera.
Hey, Brandon. Brandon. Hey. I'm just taping. I've never been inside before. No.
And you know where all the spots are? Obviously, this is the So I was talking to the Joes and the Jeffs.
Yeah.
That's the fireplace where Angelique came out from the fire.
Oh, really?
And that would have been where Barnabas had his back turned to Carolyn when he was suffering the old age coming on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was so much in this room alone. I believe Vicky and Barnabas had dinner in this room.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Joe Flanagan. Had a lot of information that happened in this room.
Oh, cool.
And the one next door is where the actual murder-suicide took place.
Here. Okay.
Yeah, in this the actual one.
Wow.
The basement, I just found out, she thinks it's just the staircase for the revival series leading down into the Barnabas coffin room, which is potentially in a turret that's outside, so it's not accessible in here.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah. And
What did you just read? I heard half of that. I was interested. What's outside?
Tyler, how's it going? Hi. Oh my. Sure.
Oh, that's some food there. Yeah, this is the living room, but I mean, and it's got the balcony upstairs.
Is this where they brought Barnabas to introduce him to the family?
This is where Barnabas met the family. Oops, there you go. And the 1790 story, this was the courtroom. And we had the judge over in that left side area where in Victoria's the booth for the trial, and then over on the right was the jury gallery where Trask spoke to them on the right. Then in 2004, this was used in the Dark Shadows pilot, and the room was painted green. And there was all sorts of trophy animals and all that horrible stuff in the walls. And then we had the painting on the left. There was what do we have the painting now? I'm trying to remember.
In the 2004 pilot?
Yeah. Over here on the left. I mean, it wasn't a Barnabas poem verbatim. Oh yeah, we're clogging the artery here.
You know, I should have reviewed before we came here.
Yeah, I know. I haven't.
Yeah,
I'm going to go see some of the restoration. I haven't seen some of the footage lately, but yeah, because this mansion has so many great big windows, and we blocked in a lot of windows to keep. Dan used mineral oil to make things look smoky. Love that artificial smoke. And,
yeah, I remember.
And the actors weren't always happy with it. But see, if you turn around, you can see the upstairs balcony, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like sea view. This is, I don't know if you heard, this is where they bring Barnabas and introduce him to the family at the beginning of the series.
And also the pilot.
In the pilot. In the 2004 pilot, they shot it here too.
Oh, wait, excuse me, hold on there. I'm sorry, I'm just zoning out here. when Ben Cross meets the family, no, that's on the...
In the set.
The set. Yeah,
okay.
That's the...
was the set more than the foyer?
It was the Collinwood foyer and the great hall, and then the small drawing room.
And
that was all...
The small drawing room
Fred Tartman built over at Warner Hollywood, and it was so realistic because he used real molding and real this and that. I mean, it was all tied together. It could not be dismantled. It should have been made to take down, but it was really built like an interior house. So I mean, it was basically destroyed, taken down, which was one consideration too about if the show didn't get picked up, and they couldn't save the set. And then it had the big stairway that was beautiful wood carved, and it went upstairs to a hallway that we used for a couple of scenes to shoot upstairs.
Did it set records at the time for TV set expense and size?
Well, I don't know that.
I'd heard it was the large. I'd heard it was the largest.
It was definitely one of
set
because you think for that. I mean, it was so immense. You would think for that big, you would find a real deal or something, or it would be like an old MGM, major motion picture. Which I mean, the show was. It was MGM.
Yeah.
So the show ran over budget. It's still never recouped. I mean, the license fee by NBC didn't cover it all, and it's had some afterlife on sci-fi and streaming and home video, but that's a lot of millions of dollars to still recoup.
Well, it'll make a little money with the restored version.
It's fortunate that Darren Gross is over at MGM Amazon to really steward that. It really takes a lot of finessing to get those things done more and more. Anyway, so I'm trying to remember, we had a special painting here over the fireplace in the 2004 pilot when Eric Newman comes.
It wasn't Barnabas. Was it a family member, do you think?
Yeah, there was, it wasn't supposed to be him because we didn't have a painting made. In the 1990, we had, of course, the Bing Cross portrait made, and Joanna Going as Josette, and then had a new painting of her. Dan didn't like the one in the pilot.
Yeah.
So that was kind of,
I like the one in the pilot.
That's a great trivia question. You could, let's go back and superimpose the later portrait in the pilot. And then, of course, there was the painting of Jeremiah, and there was a little one of Sarah, and there was one supposed to be of Laura Collins, kind of a nude from just a side angle. Because we didn't get into the Laura storyline, which Lisette Anthony was looking forward to playing. Laura Collins. And see, this house has a lot of great little cabinets and panels and
Seaview has this.
secret, those storage areas that blend in seamlessly.
Yeah, Seaview has this.
Yeah, here and also there. There's a lot of secret doors.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're on the right. There's one you couldn't tell.
For vampires to come and go. As if they need a secret room door to.
What did we find out in there?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm recording us. Yeah.
Now we use this room. Someone's bedroom, and I'm trying to remember. Because I know in this room here, in the 2004 pilot, that we shot the bedroom scene where David he has not a horse's head, but he puts a scary
something in Vicky's bed.
And that was shot in this room. And again, these rooms painted different colors at the time. And out here is there's a little lily pad. What do you call it?
Lily pond?
Yeah, lily pond is what you got. And I know we shot out here a couple times. We did a scene with Barbara Steele out there, I remember, and we shot a show with Joe and Carolyn out there.
Where would Ben come when he was looking up at the window? And,
well, we shot him outside here. There's stairs outside, and then up. There's like a labyrinth when you go up behind the mansion. So that was all shot up through there. And day for night, because you can see Barbara Blackburn walking up some of the stairs, and you see the stone.
Yeah.
That was just a little bit of day for night Dan did, which he had done in Dracula with Palance too, but and Night of Dark Shadows had a little day for night. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of revival, isn't there? Or at least in the first 2 parts. Day for night.
In what?
In the first 2 parts of the revival.
Well,
you
mean episode, the pilot in episode 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, with Carolyn and Barnabas.
Yes.
Obviously, it's the stuff with him. You said,
And Sarah, when he's chasing Sarah.
Yes. Sarah appears in the mist.
In the mist.
Yeah.
Did you use mist to block the views of Los Angeles a lot?
Well, Dan just loved things smoky. He used smoke for practically everything. That's why the show has a very dark, and he liked the dark, diffuse smoke.
I wonder how you don't see Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, there's that too. Yeah, because we weren't matting. I'm trying to think.
No.
We didn't. I don't think we had any. Now, for the 2004 pilot, the shot of Greystone, the establishing shot, even though the effects weren't ever finished, there was an effort to enhance to where it just didn't look like this mansion in Southern California. I mean, there's no palm trees out there, but there's other,
giveaways.
The vegetation is not, northeast.
No.
And Jim, can I ask a quick question? What happened to like the model of Greystone that they kind of used?
Oh yeah, that model. It was stored, and I got it out of storage, but it was even that summer of '91, it was already beat up, and we just played parts of it at the festival for many years, and it really was battered, and I mean it was massive. I mean that thing takes up a room practically.
Oh really?
It was, and so someone finally bought it in one of the charity auctions, but I mean it had been stored out in one of these places way out in Saugus, and and I think there was some bird droppings. I mean, some of these warehouses, they're just, they have broken windows. I mean, it was really ratty. But, yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I call it the Collinwood dollhouse. The way it just didn't really get lit properly. I mean, it looks fake in the window. And so you just think, it's kind of like a dreamscape.
They use a model.
And of course, and the model had a lot of, extra curricular appendages to it. I mean, you thought the right side of the mansion had this huge wing to it that looked like it was the industrials. I mean, it was just insanely, big. It looked like a football stadium or something.
Did they use the same model for the WB pod?
No, that was long gone. And of course, it's a different production company too, because they didn't have any stock footage. Which in the mansion footage, they threw that into stock, and they give it away to these licensing companies. Just trying to add, definitely adding back the cut footage to the 4K restoration, which includes the 13 minutes from the pilot. It was cut that I put in the VHS release, but it was not on the DVD. And there's a couple of bits from which it show 11 and 12. Yeah, and Willie feeding the birds out on the terrace there. I mean, things that weren't really consequential, but it's fun to have a little extra mood. Yeah.
Are you getting heavy?
No. This is comfortable.
Yeah, you can tell.
I had to get home and feed mine last night. He was about ready to kill me.
He's a Collinwood beast.
Yeah, reclining dog.
Yeah.
Jim, what room did you spend most of your time in?
The smoking room.
The closet.
There's rooms here you can discover every time you're here. Yeah, how many bathrooms are in this building?
No, but they're beautiful.
I mean, is this on Zillow?
Oh, I wish.
How many?
That would be
bathrooms,
nice.
How many?
TJ's house was on Zillow. That was fun. I got lost.
They don't have a swimming pool here, so. But they used to have the waterfall. That unfortunately, you see that in the Loved One. Quite.
Oh, I love the Loved One.
Yeah.
I just watched it recently.
Yeah, I do. This mansion's been so prominent in so many. It was in Cordoba commercials with Ricardo Montalban's voice.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just that courtyard with the fountain.
Yes.
It lends itself. It looks like.
Yes, rich Corinthian leather.
Yeah. Now there's a secret passage.
Watch your step.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think it's not. It's been so long. I've tried to remember. And of course, there's this door, but.
God, don't those panels look like they're secret panel? It looks like that's a secret panel the way there's a space behind it.
No, this isn't it. Maybe I really.
It looks like you could reach in here.
I know this still goes down to the basement, but there's a larger space. We shot a scene from Dan's Intruders. They were among us in this room.
Oh.
Dan used parts of this in War and Remembrance too, for European residents of some dignitary, and you see all sorts of important people coming. And I think this room was used for that, I think too, as well as you see people coming in the doorway there in the driveway.
Could the Intruders ever be released on Blu-ray? You think?
I don't know that. They've had it out. It's out on.
I just bought it on DVD.
I don't know that. It's physical media is really. I know there's
physical media
coming out in a niche thing, but I don't know if that's.
Maybe we'll bombard. Well, it would be MPI, I guess. Would it? Or
well, I mean, it's Paramount owns it, as well as Dead of Night. Trilogy Terror 2, which I think there's a Blu-ray now.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So, Kino Lorber's licensed some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting, and I don't think we ever really used this, and because do you call it? Did you say you think it's called an alcove?
I call
It's not really a parlor.
Flirtation alcove.
Yeah, it's really.
And have a private conversation.
It's a warming station.
When you come in from the snow.
And then these are the.
Here it is. It's called the East Alcove.
Oh.
It was a sitting area, which makes sense, I guess. And later years a bar. Well, I could see a bar.
The walls were covered with mirrors. Make it bigger, I guess.
That's cool. And then these are all the construction photos of that. Look at this.
I'm so thrilled we've been able to come here. Thank you. So this was the formal dining room. Yeah, because the kitchen's just on the side. But I'm trying to remember, did we use this room? The 91 series. We didn't have the dining room recreated scene from House in the 91 show. It didn't.
David running in? Yeah. I just saw Daphne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the dining room like the original?
Yeah, very
I thought
close.
It was, yeah, okay.
Very close.
So that would have been in here then.
Yeah, it's a tighter.
For some reason, I'm blanking out on that.
What about the scene where Barnabas and Angelique, or Barnabas and Josette have their little, and then they get up in minuet?
Oh.
That was in the main, that was considered the old house drawing room over there. That's where Angelique flew out of the
the fireplace.
where Barnabas was old and he bit Carolyn.
The far.
He brought in the mirror where they had the couch where Julia and Barnabas were sitting when she gave him his first injections. Yeah, so I couldn't believe that room. Like I said, I felt like I couldn't believe it.
Thanks.
I just rewatched the series.
Thanks, Joe.
That's Daphne's room.
You say this is Daphne's room?
Yes, this used to be originally, but then they added windows to it.
Somebody said this was Daphne's room.
That sounds right.
Jim, did you say Disorderly Orderly was filmed here?
Yes. It was like a hospital. It wasn't. I've never watched the things because I can't.
I never did either, but
Oh, here's the waterfall.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out where did it originally run? Did it run down with us?
Well, it was up. It's where there's a little lily pond now. It was kind of a repository at the bottom.
All the way down.
Yeah. Up, you know, like that would have started up near where the parking lot is.
Yeah.
That's right where there's a little kind of toilet, the bathroom house. Yeah, this was the breakfast room. This is the dining room. Here's the big
Kitchen.
pantry.
Mrs. Juliana McCarthy.
A prep room, what do you call the prep room?
Juliana McCarthy's headquarters, I guess. Is this where...
Hello, nice to see you guys.
Now, the kitchen was a little more cream colored than the wood. I see it, it's been painted yellow. Of course, because it always had the tile. Oh, their stove's been restored. Look how shiny that is.
That's fascinating to me.
It's only about 8 heating fans.
My back's killing me.
He's 9.
You need to tell Jim to point out that the graveyard in the cemetery. Okay. This one in that other, the room we were just in.
Where the sink is.
All right.
That's where the cemetery and the gravestones are set up.
So Jim, we're just looking at the interrogation of Willie in here, I guess.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
Around
You mean by his auntie?
And, by the sheriff and everybody, where have you been the last couple days?
Yeah.
And they were around this.
Yes, Jim Fife, where are you? We share the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
He's a clown. And I mean that as a compliment. I once spent a day driving around with Jim Pieson and Jim Fife, and I have all their notes in my book.
Oh, cool.
Some old car you had, Jim, I can't remember what it was.
You have to go visit that. You can't go down there place.
Yeah.
Jim, Joe Taylor said maybe you could point out that the mausoleum was out. You maybe see it better out of the bed, the room over there.
Well, it was originally, what was shot, we did a setup at Griffith Park for the original mausoleum, and then we had the interior at the Warner Hollywood studio, and then put it up here in the parking lot. But then, yes, for the 1790s funeral, then the facade for the exterior was placed down the hill. Here's the driveway for the funeral of Mr. Jeremiah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll do me good.
Yeah, because when we started doing the series, Dan and everyone tried to save money by basically just doing everything on this property, like we did with Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
You know, House of Dark Shadows in Winterfield, 2 or 3 places, but the pilot, we were all over the place, Malibu and San Pedro and whatever.
And that That court.
We weren't everywhere, but there was a little location. But then for the series, we stayed here.
There's so much here.
That courtyard out there, they
We did
used
the
where they
courtyard
hung
in this
Vicky.
little gully down there, what do you call it? And then we did the Widow's Hill up on the slope driving up.
It's like a
It was just
world here. You
nothing.
have it. Lots of parks. You have everything you need.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, having the Greystone serving as kind of the old house in Collinwood, that's the one kind of confusing thing. It's just
It looks
exterior
similar.
mostly is the, you know, ideally would have had another exterior at least for the old house. But
Yeah, different exterior.
we'll fix it in post.
Jim, doesn't matter at work.
Yeah. And then you see there's another
Yet another
little
kitchen room. I know.
facility in there. Looks like, is that the flower room?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yes.
Baker's Nook, Can you, if you're, you know, hesitant about the house in your memory, how is it too painful to talk about the ratings and how after the protests they kind of changed their minds and said maybe we should keep the show going? And,
The 1991 Dark Shadows, you know, it did well, but it, you know, it was so front loaded. It wasn't. We had no idea making it that it was going to be accelerated in the air dates, because that first week you had 2 hours on Sunday, which was the pilot, trimmed down for a 2-hour spot, and then it was episodes 2 and 3 were the next night. Then episode 4 is that Friday, so you've already had 5 hours. So it's a miniseries.
Yeah.
And then then we're only left with 8 hours left in the series, 8 shows, and then we go back into the past within 3 of those. So so less than 2 months to show on the air, you're already having people playing different characters. Now the network would not let the show be entirely set in the past in costume drama, so Dan came up with a concession to where the episodes with the past would, vacillate between, you'd see some of that episode would be in the present and some in the past, and which was okay.
They even did that sometimes in the original show, where they would have Julia be in one episode where she found the note that Amy found. And
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to go back and see how many actors were just one character that show or 2 or whatever, but okay, so that's a little disarming then for viewers. Then all of a sudden, kind of have to adapt to something a change in the show that fast.
Right.
And then the Gulf War disrupted the broadcast. A couple of time zones didn't get an episode the next week, and then it was shown. I think they doubled up the next week. It was just a bit of a mess, and then it was off entirely. I think the next week. I don't remember the exact trajectory, but then they realized they had promoted it so much as a horror. If you look at the early promos, it's all built around Ben crossing his fangs and the yelling and screaming. But and we were on Friday night, and then they did some new promos last month of the show, airing, NBC did, that focused on the romantic aspect. They showed like a woman sitting down in her living room getting her to watch it, and just like the women loving Barnabas or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It looked like he straightens his tie and
Yeah, that's what it is. Because I know there were
Yeah.
I think 3 different promos, and the ratings did go up by 1 million more viewers the last couple of weeks on the air, because they also moved us. Was it an hour later or an hour earlier now? I'm trying to remember. I remember Midnight Caller was, I think, on afterwards, and I have to go back and refresh my memory. But but the show did improve after being sabotaged by the war. And but Brandon Tartikoff, who had pushed for Dan to do the show, he left NBC, and then he was ill and passed away.
Yeah.
Too young. But Warren Littlefield took over as VP.
Yeah.
And these guys go in, they want to put their own fingerprint on stuff. So
Yeah.
Shadows was on the fence, and but it did have a hugely strong 18 to 49 female. It was the second highest rated demo. It was I think last year Cheers might have been slightly ahead of it. But so the show got canceled. It wasn't a cheap show. But within, it was more like 3 or 4 years later, Warren Littlefield said, I made a mistake, because going back and looking at the data, that it had a strong, because, St. Elsewhere stayed on for 4 years based on a demo,
I think it was more than 4 years.
St. Elsewhere was 4 or 5 years.
Was it? Okay.
But that's an example of one show that really, was I think one of the first examples. But be that as it may, so Littlefield wanted it brought back as occasional TV movie like a Columbo, or they were doing these Daniel Steele romantic things, and they lost those. So they were looking for something else and saw that Shadows was bringing a strong female demo. Because that's why the Sci-Fi Channel aired it in the mornings. They tried to bring women to sci-fi, which was not, it's mostly guys. So Dark Shadows, the romantic aspect that Dan loved, has always been a huge, appeal subliminally or otherwise. And
so Dan didn't want to do those TV movies?
Well, no, it's not that he didn't want to, but, Columbo was Peter Falk. They did it Heart to Heart is, Wagner and Stephanie Powers. I mean, some of these other things. But Dark Shadows, you've got a huge ensemble cast, and to try to get them signed up strategically and then to do another movie 6 months. I mean, it just wouldn't. It was insane, and it couldn't be done under that setup. So we have a 13-hour miniseries. And maybe we should get Joanna to record a little postscript, to put a button on it. Because we have some of the, paperwork for the second season that never happened, and just wind it up.
When they keep
like the Sam Hall TV Guide article, even though that was a little bit off.
Yeah, that our last. Well, maybe we get Matt Hall to write up a.
Well, like I said, we've got some stuff that was, in the pipeline. So.
On the East Coast, it was only preempted once, and that wasn't even for the war. It was for an LAX airport accident. A plane landed on another plane or something. But I guess the people were just watching CNN and Wolf Blitzer, I guess.
That was the early days of, it was all CNN.
In our
good old days.
We were at Central the week we were getting to Eastern. It was bumped ahead 1 hour on the first Friday, January 18th. But we got every episode on ours, so there might have been a station option.
In Philly, we got all the episodes. There was definitely a time zone issue on one of the shows. But there we go.
The other thing I remember is the darn pizza, the darn Domino's pizza commercials. The big 3-0.
Well, Domino's was a sponsor of the pilot. So it was.
You remember that?
You're getting late.
We have to leave the word came in.
Have you seen the a person posted all the ephemera of all the ads on YouTube? So you can see all the ads on
So how many dead bodies were put on this dumbwaiter?
Do you need to talk to TJ?
So many doors.
Did you see TJ? TJ's in there.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah. I'm supposed to point out some of the people on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
You should.
Just say you're done and I'll stop.
Benito.
Okay.
Way in the middle for the entry, in which this part was used for the old house. So the door to the old house was in the middle panel here, and all these glass panels were covered up, so it looked just like a wall. Because Dan wanted it dark in here. Now for the pilot in 2004, we had it all open up, and this area was like a dining area. Yeah, totally different.
This is going to be a very surreal video with the Hooch's face bobbing in and out.
Hi, baby. Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, I think the other bus arrived.
Yeah. Good.